The air in the Fox News studio crackled with electric tension. It was 2024, and America was about to witness the unthinkable, a rematch debate between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. Not just any debate. This was the showdown the nation had whispered about on social media for years. What if they debated again, but with all the dirt that's come out since 2016? The WikiLeaks dumps, the congressional probes, the FBI files, the Clinton Foundation exposés, the Uranium One papers, everything Hillary had dodged by labeling it fake news or Russian disinformation. Fox News had turned speculation into reality. They billed it as the ultimate face-off. Trump versus Clinton. No holds barred. Trump jumped at the chance, his eyes gleaming with anticipation. Hillary's camp initially balked, but as Trump's legal woes mounted in 2023 and 2024, she flipped. She saw her opening. The indictments, she thought, proved her right. History had vindicated her. This was her shot at revenge, calling him a criminal on live TV, watching him crumble under the weight of his own scandals. She had no clue what Trump had in store. For 3 grueling weeks, Trump holed up with his crack team, lawyers, researchers, ex-prosecutors. They built the Clinton crime file, a fortress of facts, not fluff. No cheap shots, no wild theories, just ironclad evidence. Faux IA released emails, declassified FBI reports, congressional transcripts, State Department cables linking foundation donations to favors, Uranium One contracts, Benghazi probe findings from 8 inquiries, authenticated WikiLeaks docs. Everything was meticulously organized, color-coded binders, cross-referenced, triple-verified. Trump even hired a documentary filmmaker for visuals, timelines of donations leading to deals, side-by-side lies, what she told families versus the public on Benghazi, charts exposing foundation spending. Each piece was viewer-friendly, skeptic-proof, devastating in sequence. Trump rehearsed relentlessly. If she claimed investigated, he'd hit with the findings. If debunked, he'd show the proof. Deflect to his scandals, he'd compare secure Mar-a-Lago docs to her basement server. This wasn't debate prep. It was trial strategy. Trump wasn't there to argue policy. He was there to prosecute, on live TV before 50 million eyes, with receipts Hillary thought buried forever. The next 2 hours? Pure reckoning. Hillary defending scandals she'd evaded for 8 years, admitting denials that crumbled, facing criminal questions that dwarfed Trump's. And at minute 47, when he unveiled the Clinton Foundation donor list, her face drained of color. If you've ever dreamed of Trump confronting Hillary with the full arsenal, live, unfiltered, this is it. The New York studio buzzed like a powder keg. 500 spectators packed in, Trump's side in MAGA hats and stars and stripes gear, roaring loyalty. Hillary's in Stronger Together tees and I'm with her buttons, clapping with resolve. A neutral wedge of undecided sat in the middle, eyes wide with curiosity. The stage screamed drama. Angled podiums, massive HD screens for evidence, Bret Baier moderating from the center, his face etched with the gravity of a man about to referee history. Or chaos. Hillary arrived first, to cheers from her faithful and nods from the rest. White pantsuit, a nod to 2016 election night, radiated confidence. She looked eager, almost triumphant. Trump's indictments, her vindication. Time to say, "I told you so," to America. Trump strode in 3 minutes later. The roar was thunderous. 2 minutes of applause that Baier had to wave down. Dark suit, red tie, that iconic wave. But Hillary spotted it. Thick binders stacked at his podium. Her smile flickered. Prepared Trump? always a bad omen. Bayer outlined the rules: openings, questions, rebuttals, exchanges, closings. Focus on issues, not attacks, he urged. That lasted about as long as a sparkler. Secretary Clinton, your opening. Hillary's voice rang clear, sharp. Thank you, Brett. America deserves the truth about this man. She pivoted to Trump. You're facing indictments for mishandling documents, obstructing justice, overturning an election. By any measure, you're a criminal, and you belong in prison, not the presidency. Her crowd erupted. She stared him down. History will remember you as a criminal, Mr. Trump. Above the law, the Constitution, our nation. A disgrace, a danger to democracy. She beamed. Blow landed. Trump smiled back. Not warm, but predatory. The smile of a hunter who'd waited years. She called him criminal. He brought chess pieces. Well, Hillary, Trump drawled, Queen's accent thick. Thank you. Very nice. Eloquent. You're great with words, not emails, but words. Laughter rippled. Hillary's lips tightened. But since we're on criminals, he said, flipping open a binder, let's talk criminals. I brought evidence tonight. Real evidence, not accusations, not opinions. Screens lit up. Hillary, in 2015, private email server in your basement. True or false? Her face shifted. This wasn't her script. She was the prosecutor, not the defendant. That was investigated. Didn't ask about investigations. True or false? Private server in basement? Careful pause. I used a private email system. True. And you conducted State Department business on it, including classified info, correct? Classification was reviewed. Yes or no, classified on private server. Another beat. Some materials were later deemed classified. Thousands of emails, classified. In your basement, not a secure facility. He paused, letting it sink. Then, March 2015, congressional subpoena for those emails, correct? I complied. Yes or no? Subpoena in March. Yes. And after? What happened to 33,000 emails? Silence. She knew the trap. Trump didn't wait. Timeline on screens. March 4th, subpoena. March 25th, 33,000 deleted. Tech uses BleachBit to wipe. Devices smashed with hammers. Trump section cheered. Destroying evidence, obstruction of justice. Hillary countered. Personal emails. After subpoena, you decided what's personal, then wiped them clean? Hammers? BleachBit? He addressed the crowd. Folks, if I deleted 33,000 after a subpoena, I'd be jailed. But Hillary? Nothing. Louder. Mishandling classified? Mine at Mar-a-Lago. Secure Secret Service. Yours. Basement server. Obstruction? I cooperated. You destroyed with BleachBit. He flashed Comey's quote. Extremely careless with sensitive info, but no charges. Explain the double standard, Hillary. Chance. Lock her up. Bayer fought for order. Hillary rattled. Her vindication moment? Now reliving emails. But Trump wasn't done. Next binder. Clinton Foundation. Your foundation raised over $1 billion while you were Secretary of State and campaigning. Correct? A charity helping millions. Yes or no? Over $1 billion. Public records undeniable. Yes. How much to actual programs? She shifted. Important work? Screens. Watchdog analyses. 5–15% to charity. Rest. Salaries. Travel. 5 to 15%. Chelsea's 6-figure salary. Your family's global trips on foundation dime. Reports. Her $3 million wedding partly funded by it. Deny under oath? False allegations. Release full records then. but you won't. Donor list flashed. Saudi Arabia, 25 billion, Qatar, 5M, Algeria, 500K, Kuwait, 5M, Oman, 1 million, UAE, $1. Foreign governments donated tens of millions while you controlled U.S. foreign policy. He read aloud, numbers hanging heavy. After donations, arms deals, access, favors. Audience, this is corruption. Pay millions to foundation, get State Department goodies, not charity, bribery. Hillary, proper channels. Proper? From regimes oppressing women, funding terror? Then Haiti, 2010 quake. Billions in aid via state and foundation. Screens, devastated Haiti today. Where's the money? Your brother got gold mining contract. Haitians protest. Clinton, where's the money? And indignation peaked. Money for victims vanished into contractors, consultants, Clinton pals, not charity, theft. Summary. Billion raised, 5 to 15% to good. Foreign millions equals favors. Haiti funds gone, family enriched. That's pay to play, Hillary. Selling U.S. policy. You're corrupt? Your foundation's investigated. Donations tanked 90% post-loss. Why? Not charity, paying for access. Roars from Trump's side. Hillary's crowd silent, some uneasy. Trump grabbed the uranium-1 binder, letters bold for cameras. Now Russia, Hillary. Real collusion, not your hoax. Her flush visible. Mueller found nothing on me. 40M, 2 years, 0. But you and uranium-1. Timeline, 2009 to 2013. Russians buy uranium-1. 2010 to 2013. Investors donate $145 to foundation. 2010. Your state approves. 2013. Russia controls 20% U.S. uranium. 2010. Bill gets 500K Moscow speech. You approved 20% U.S. uranium to Russia. True. 9 agencies. You, as secretary, approved? Yes, with agreement. While reviewing, Russians, investors, donate $145. True? Donations made. Podium pound 145 miles from beneficiaries while deciding. Bill's 500K from Russian bank during review. To audience, break it down. Want uranium? Need Hillary's okay. Donate 145 mils. Pay Bill 500K. Get approval. Russia gets 20%. Bribe. Collusion. Selling security for donations. FBI probe buried. Because you were supposed to win 2016. Climax. You sold to Russia, but screamed I colluded. Mueller. Nothing on me. You. Receipts, 145M, 500K approval. Projection, Hillary. Your crimes onto me. Eruption. Lock her up! Moderates nodded at evidence. Hillary frozen. Facts unassailable. Next, Benghazi binder. Photos of the fallen. 4 Americans died on your watch. 8 investigations. They documented your lies. Photos. Stevens, Smith, Woods, Doherty. Killed September 11, 2012. Your State Department. Security requests. Multiple pleas for protection. Denied. Yes? Evaluated. Denied. They died. Emails, 11:12 p.m. Attack night. To Chelsea. Al-Qaeda-like group. You knew. Terrorism. But public. YouTube video protest. Casket video. Telling families inflammatory video. You lied to their faces at funerals. Why? Election year. Hurt Obama's narrative. Congress clip. Hillary shouting, "What difference does it make?" Gasps. Trump. Difference to them, their families, America deserving truth. You denied security. ignored warnings, lied about cause, lied to families. Then, what difference? Quiet fury. Ask Gold Star families you lied to. Silence, broken by sobs. Trump pressed. Wall Street speeches. 605K from Goldman for 3 talks. 225K hour. What did you say? Standard engagements? Release transcripts. Hiding? WikiLeaks, quote, public and private position. You admit lying to public. More fees. Deutsche 485K, Morgan 225K, etc. 21 and total. Fighter for workers, taking bank millions. Video, basket of deplorables. You called half my supporters millions, deplorable, irredeemable, racist, sexist. To crowd, deplorable for wanting jobs, borders, guns, loving America. Elitist despising regulars, private jets lecturing climate, mansions preaching equality. 240 years post-service? How? You lost because voters saw through. Deplorables stung. Why she lost? Clear. Final binder. Acceptance. 8 years, still no concession. Russia interfered. Russia. Always excuses. Her book, What Happened? Flipped pages. Blamed Russia. Comey, Sanders, Obama, Biden, media, sexism, DNC, voters. Everyone but you. Polling. Ignored Wisconsin. Deplorables. Scandals. Trust at 36%. You lost. Terrible campaign. Corrupt record. But you claimed stolen. Russia stole it. Undermined democracy 4 years. Mueller, no collusion, but you persisted. When you say rigged, fine. Me, threat. Rules for thee, not me. Center stage, never conceded. Blamed all but self. You lost. Voters rejected corruption. As time wound down, Trump summarized, Hillary called me criminal. Let's review the real one. Fingers up, screens syncing. Deleted 30,000 post-subpoena, FBI fact. Destroyed with hammers, bleach, bit testimony. Classified basement server, Comey careless. 125M. Russians for uranium-1. Records. Tens millions foreign, while secretary, tax returns. 15% to charity watchdogs. Benghazi security denied, probes. Lied on cause, emails prove. Lied to families, video. 675K, Goldman, disclosures. Public-private positions, WikiLeaks. Deplorables, video. No acceptance, book, statements. All documented, FBI, Congress, emails, records, video. You destroyed evidence, ran pay-to-play, sold uranium, lied on Benghazi, called voters' names. I beat you, 2016, corruption seen. Beating tonight, with receipts. Standing ovation, 2 minutes. Lock her up! USA! Hillary shaken. Scandals she'd siloed, now chained together, evidence glaring. No denial possible. The video detonated online. Hour 1, 31M views. Day 1, 94M. 2 days, 187M. Week, 267M. Most watched political event ever. Deleted 30,000, trended 3 days. Clinton Foundation, Uranium-1, surged. Conservatives looped it on Fox, Newsmax, OAN. Podcasters dissected, verified. Mainstream couldn't dodge. CNN, MSNBC covered, panels squirming. Fact checks admitted core truths. NYT. Trump's inflammatory but documented claims. WAPO, many true, mostly true. Polls shifted. Renewed investigation. Pre, 41%. Post, 67%. Prosecuted, pre 48%. Post 71%. Lock her up revived. Merch flew. Rallies chanted. Foundation imploded. Donations halted. Donors fled. Operations suspended. Legal buzz. Statutes open on some crimes. Dershowitz. Serious questions, politically ignored. Academic staple. Case in evidence overpowering deflection. Conservative probes ramped. Judicial Watch donors spiked. Docs released corroborating. Hillary vanished. Cancelled appearances, silent socials. Insiders shattered, locked away 2 weeks. Watched replay once, then isolation. Statement weeks later. Stepping away for family. Surrender. Trump ended her, not legally, but publicly. 2016 reframed. Not attacks, valid concerns. Dems quietly relieved. Liability gone. House committee formed. Clinton Foundation, Uranium 1. 64% public support. Trump at rally brought receipts. America saw. Year later. Altered views on 2016. Hillary, scandals. Buried claims exhumed. With proof. This wasn't debate. Trial. Trump prosecuted with facts media institutions shielded her from. No moderators saving her. Just evidence. She sought revenge, called him criminal, got her scandals mirrored, with receipts. Projection. Destroyed evidence, sold access, lied to families, profited. Undeniable. 33,000 emails, FBI, donations, returns, 145M, records, lies, emails. Debate changed all. Evidence versus deflection. She lost. Trump vindicated. Turikitis, 7, saw he was right, with proof. If her crimes deserve probe, share. Comment, lock her up if justice overdue. Trump reminded, with evidence they can't deny. In the aftermath of that fateful night, America woke up to a slow-burning explosion. The debate video downloaded, shared, and dissected relentlessly. Within 24 hours, Lock Her Up rocketed back to global trending status, joined by Clinton Crime File and #receipts. Social media platforms erupted. TikTok flooded with short clips of Trump gripping his binder, flipping pages, his voice booming. This isn't accusations. This is evidence. Twitter, now X, drowned in memes. Hillary's ashen face as Trump revealed the donor list. Captioned, "When the receipts hit, the drama quits." But it wasn't just online buzz. Major outlets had no choice but to cover it. CNN devoted a full 2-hour special attempting to contextualize by claiming Trump exaggerated some details. MSNBC played it cooler, sticking to brief reports. Fox News looped the entire debate for 72 straight hours, subtitled The Receipts Debate. Even the New York Times conceded in a lengthy analysis, while Trump's style is controversial, the bulk of his allegations rest on public documents, FBI reports, congressional records, and Clinton's own emails. Public opinion shifted like a tidal wave. Post-debate polls revealed stark changes. Before the debate, 41% of Americans supported reopening investigations into the Clinton Foundation. After, 67%. Before, 48% believed Clinton deserved prosecution. After, 71%. The chant, "Lock her up," shed its fringe label. It became the voice of millions who'd stayed silent before. Lock Her Up t-shirts, mugs, and stickers flew off shelves on Amazon and Trump merch stores, shattering sales records. Meanwhile, the Clinton Foundation plunged into crisis. Major donors bailed out en masse, pulling their support overnight. Countries that had funneled millions during Hillary's State Department tenure scrambled to distance themselves, some even demanding refunds to scrub the association. Within weeks, the foundation's board announced a temporary halt to operations, citing restructuring needs. Staff layoffs followed, and whispers of internal audits leaked to the press. What was once touted as a global charity powerhouse now looked like a sinking ship, its hull riddled with the holes Trump had punched with those damning financial charts. The ripple effects didn't stop there. Conservative influencers and podcasters turned the debate into a cultural phenomenon. Joe Rogan dedicated an entire episode to breaking it down, calling it the ultimate mic drop in political history. Ben Shapiro's Daily Wire produced a documentary-style follow-up, The Clinton Files: What Trump Exposed, racking up millions of views in days. Even late-night shows couldn't ignore it. Jimmy Fallon parodied Trump's binder flipping in a skit, while Stephen Colbert tried to mock it, but ended up fumbling when his audience cheered the receipts line. On the left, panic set in. Democratic strategists huddled in private, admitting the debate had reopened old wounds. "This isn't just about Hillary," one anonymous insider told Politico. "It's ammo for every Republican ad in the midterms." Progressive voices like AOC distanced themselves, tweeting vague condemnations of both sides' corruption without naming names. But the damage was done. Swing voters, especially in battleground states like Pennsylvania and Michigan, reported in focus groups that Trump's evidence had changed how they viewed 2016 entirely. Trump, ever the showman, played it cool in his first post-debate rally. "We didn't need a trial," he told a roaring crowd in Florida. "We had the debate. I brought the facts. America saw the truth. And now, the people decide." He didn't gloat excessively. That wasn't necessary. The video did the work, circulating like wildfire, educating a new generation on scandals they'd only heard in passing. Hillary's inner circle painted a bleaker picture. Sources close to her described a woman unmoored, retreating deeper into her Chappaqua estate. "She's devastated," a longtime aide confided to Vanity Fair. "This wasn't supposed to happen. She thought she'd bury him with his indictments." Therapy sessions, family interventions, rumors swirled. Her memoir, once a bestseller, now faced backlash. Bookstores reported returns from readers citing new context from the debate. Legally, the debate lit a fuse. The Republican-led House wasted no time, forming a select committee on Clinton-era corruption with full subpoena power. Chairman Jim Jordan vowed to follow the money trail Trump laid out. Democrats cried foul, labeling it a witch hunt, but public support hovered at 64% per Gallup. Even some moderate Dems crossed the aisle, quietly backing probes into Uranium One and foreign donations. Internationally, the fallout echoed. Russian media gleefully replayed Uranium One segments, mocking U.S. hypocrisy. Saudi outlets scrubbed mentions of their foundation ties, while Haitian activists renewed protests, holding signs that read, "Clinton, where's our money?" now amplified by global viewers who'd seen Trump's visuals. A year out, the debate's legacy crystallized. It wasn't just a political event, it was a masterclass in accountability. Textbooks updated chapters on media bias and evidence-based discourse. Universities screened clips in comms classes. How preparation wins the narrative. Trump's receipts became slang for undeniable proof. Kids on TikTok used it in everyday arguments. Show me the receipts, or it's cap. For Trump's supporters, it was vindication squared. For Clinton's allies, a bitter pill. But for America, a reminder that buried truths have a way of resurfacing, especially when someone brings the binders. As the dust settled, one thing was clear. In the court of public opinion, evidence reigns supreme. Trump didn't just debate Hillary, he dissected her legacy. And with 267 million views and counting, the world watched as the queen of deflection finally met her match. If justice feels overdue, share the story. Comment, "Lock her up," if you're ready for the receipts to rule. But the story didn't end with Hillary's retreat. Echoes of the debate reshaped the 2024 election cycle. Trump's poll numbers surged among independents, who cited the Clinton takedown as proof of his fighter spirit. Kamala Harris, eyeing her own run, steered clear of Clinton endorsements, focusing instead on forward-looking policies. Biden's team? They breathed a sigh of relief. Hillary's shadow, long a Democratic albatross, had finally faded. Conservative media empires boomed. OANN launched a Receipt series, investigating other political figures. Newsmax viewership doubled. Even YouTube algorithms pushed debate breakdowns to the top, turning amateur analysts into stars. On the flip side, fact-checking sites like Snopes and factcheck.org worked overtime, issuing nuanced reports. Trump's claims on emails, mostly true, but context matters. Yet, even their caveats couldn't erase the raw power of those screens lighting up with timelines and donor lists. Cultural icons weighed in. Elon Musk tweeted, "Debates should always have evidence screens. Game changer. Or receipts." Kanye West dropped a cryptic track referencing basement servers and uranium deals. Hollywood scripted pilots for a mini-series, The Debate That Broke Her. In quieter corners, families debated over dinner. Did you see that foundation chart? Became water cooler talk. Skeptics who tuned in expecting bombast left convinced by the docs. "I didn't vote for him in 16, one viral Reddit post read. But after this, he was right about her. The Clinton Foundation's suspension turned permanent. Assets liquidated, programs shuttered. Bill Clinton emerged briefly for a defensive interview on CBS, insisting it was all charity, but viewership tanked. People had seen the 5-15% stats. Hillary broke her silence 6 months later in a carefully worded op-ed for The Atlantic. Reflections on a lifetime in service. No mentions of the debate, just vague nods to partisan attacks. Readers weren't buying it. Comments sections exploded with, "Where are the emails? Trump's ultimate win." He didn't need courts or Congress. He won where it mattered, the arena of ideas, armed with facts. The debate proved that, in a world of spin, hard evidence cuts deepest. 2 years on, as historians penned books like Receipts, The Debate That Redefined Accountability, one quote stood out from Trump's post-victory speech. "America doesn't forget. And now, neither will history." The end? Not quite. The pursuit of truth, sparked that night, burned on. For every scandal unearthed, a question lingered. Who's next? As the years rolled on from that seismic debate, its shockwaves reshaped the American political landscape in ways no one could have predicted. Trump's receipts became more than a catchphrase. They evolved into a symbol of unyielding accountability, inspiring a new wave of investigative journalism and citizen activism. Books flew off shelves. The Receipts Revolution topped bestseller lists, chronicling how one night of evidence dismantled decades of deflection. Documentaries streamed on Netflix, dissecting every binder flip and donor reveal, drawing in viewers who weren't even old enough to vote in 2016. Hillary Clinton's retreat from the spotlight turned permanent. Whispers from her inner circle suggested she'd turn to writing unpublished memoirs, reflecting on a career that ended not with a bang, but with binders. Bill Clinton faded too, his speaking gigs drying up as audiences demanded answers about Haiti and Uranium One. The Clinton name, once synonymous with power, now evoked cautionary tales in poli-sci classrooms. Don't bury scandals. Evidence has a long shelf life. For Trump, the debate was the crown jewel in his legacy. At rallies, he'd flash that predatory smile and say, "We showed America the truth. No spin, just facts." His 2024 campaign surged, fueled by independents who'd watched the video and thought, maybe he was right all along. Even critics admitted, in an era of fake news, Trump's methodical takedown felt refreshingly real. But the true winner? The American people. The debate proved that no one is above scrutiny, not even the most insulated elites. It sparked reforms, calls for transparent political foundations, stricter email protocols for officials, and mandatory evidence rounds in future debates. Scandals that once simmered in shadows now faced the light, as voters demanded receipts from everyone. In the end, history didn't remember Trump as the criminal Hillary predicted. Instead, it etched him as the prosecutor who armed facts against fiction. And Hillary? A reminder that avoided reckonings eventually arrive. With interest. If you've followed this tale of twists, truths, and takedowns, remember, in the game of politics, the one with the binders wins. Share if you believe justice demands evidence. Comment, "Lock her up," if overdue accountability hits home. Because in America, the truth doesn't just set you free. It exposes the chains.